What's going on, Birdland? I don't know about you, but I am super excited about the second half of Baltimore Orioles baseball. Come hang out with me. Let's talk about it. Let's go, O's! What's going on, Birdland? Baltimore Bops here, and welcome to the Baltimore Bops YouTube channel where we discuss all things Baltimore Orioles. If you are from Maryland, if you're from, Virginia, North Carolina, if you got family in Maryland, if you got family in Baltimore, by all means, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel, and make sure that you hit that notification bell that's going to notify you every time I make a video about our Baltimore Orioles. So, obviously, we're finished with All-Star break, and the time has come to start the second half of the season, and the Birds start off with the Miami Marlins in Oriole Park at Camden Yards. And, this is going to be a great stinking baseball series. The Baltimore Orioles take the third best record in all of baseball into this three-game set, and they're going to be playing the 53-39 Miami Marlins, obviously, in Camden Yards, starting tonight at 7:05. Now, the Baltimore Orioles are currently second place in the AL East, and they are only 2 games back of the Tampa Bay Rays. So this is going to be an excellent opportunity for them to start making up that much more ground. The Miami Marlins are in second place in the NL East, but they are 8.5 games back of the Major League Baseball leading Atlanta Braves, who already have 60 stinking wins. Now, leaders for the Miami Marlins. Jorge Soler is leading the Marlins with 23 home runs, and he's also got 51 ribbies. And the incredible Luis Arias is leading Major League Baseball with a .383 batting average, and he is obviously in hot pursuit of that 400 mark that was last accomplished by Ted Williams back in 1941. The Baltimore Orioles are led by Anthony Santander, who has 16 round trippers, and he's also driven in 50 ribbies. Now, Austin Hayes is leading the team with a .314 batting average. So, let's get into them stinking pitching matchups, baby. Game 1 tonight at 7:05, the Miami Marlins will send out right-handed pitcher Sandy Alcantara, who is 3-7 with a .472 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. He's 2-3 in away games with a 5.00 ERA, so this is going to be a good opportunity for the Birds to jump on him early. Now, Orioles that have had any kind of history with this guy, Adam Frazier, listen to this, is batting .417 against Alcantara through 12 at-bats. He's got a round tripper, a 2-bagger, and he's driven in 3 ribbies. So, he's also gotten a walk. Just make sure I throw that in there as well. Now, Austin Hayes and Cedric Mullins are both 1 for 3, and Ramon Urias is 1 for 2. So, you always got to love the opportunity. Every time a right-handed pitcher gets up there, I'm sure the Orioles are salivating. Brandon Hyde is salivating. I, the fan, Bops, am salivating, because the Orioles have so many good left-handed hitters, and they just bring them out there and just stack that side of the box against those right-handed pitchers. Now, the Baltimore Orioles will counter Alcantara with right-handed pitcher Dean Kramer, who is 9-4 with a 4.78 ERA, and he's got a 1.37 WHIP. Now, Dean is 4-2 at Camden Yards, but he still has a 5.51 ERA. So he's definitely going to be looking to get that down and start the Birds on the right foot in the second half. Now, only 2 Marlins have had any kind of history with Dean Kramer. Yuli Gurriel, he's over, but here's the problem. Joey Wendell's 2 for 4 with a 2-bagger and a solo shot round tripper. So he seems to see Dean fairly well, if you will, in the limited opportunities that he's had to face him. Now, once again, this is an excellent opportunity for the Birds to start their second half in this postseason push that we're all coming to expect. Now, Game 2, 7:15, another night game, 7:05 first pitch. The Miami Marlins will send out this time left-handed pitcher Braxton Garrett, who is 5-2 with a 3.70 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. But here's the caveat off of that. Garrett has been excellent on the road. He's 3-1 with a 2.14 ERA. Now, only 2 Orioles have faced Garrett, and that's Adam Frazier and James McCann, and both of them are 0-for. So, what will be interesting against this guy is how the young Orioles approach him. Obviously, they haven't seen him before, so we'll see if we can do some work against Garrett. Now, the Baltimore Orioles will counter Garrett with right-handed pitcher Kyle Gibson, who is 9-6. He's got 9 wins on the season, but he does have a 4.60 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP. Now, Kyle is 4-3 at home, but ironically enough, his ERA is elevated at Camden Yards at 5.19. He's definitely going to be looking to bring that number down and give the Birds a fighting chance at taking Game 2. Now, the Marlins are well acquainted with Kyle Gibson. John Birdie is 3-for-10. Garrett Cooper is 2-for-10 with a double and a home run. Brian De La Cruz is 0-for through 8 at-bats. Nick Forte is 3-for-9 with a double. You're starting to see some of these guys are touching him up pretty good. Yuli Gurriel is only 3-for-21 with 2 doubles and a home run. 2 doubles. His 3 hits against this guy are stinking all extra base hits. So that's something to keep into consideration. I think that's batting 143, but when he gets a hold of it, he's making it happen. Garrett Hampson, is 1-for-4. Jesus Luzardo is 0-for. Jesus Sanchez is 5-for-8 with the triple, a round tripper, and 4 ribbies. Gene Segura is 5-for-12 with a home run. Jorge Soler is 2-for-21 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs, but he does also have 6 walks against Gibson. Now, Jacob Stallings is 0-for. Here's another one that kind of strikes fear in you for Game 2. Joey Wendell is 10-for-26 with 4 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, and he's driven in 5 ribbies against him. So, we can see that there's a bunch of guys on the Marlins roster that have a ton of experience against Gibby, and they don't necessarily hit him too bad. So that might be a little bit more difficult for a game for the Baltimore Orioles, given that Garrett has pitched so well and Gibson has kind of struggled against some of the guys in that lineup. We will see. Game 3, it's going to be afternoon pitch, 1:35. The Marlins have yet to finalize their pitcher for Game 3, but we will talk about who the Orioles are going to send out. My man, Kyle Stinkin' Bradish, who is 5-4 on the year with only a 3.32 ERA and a 1.18 WHIP. Bradish is only 2-3 at home, but at home, he's also only got a 2.81 ERA. Now, only 2 Marlins have had previous experience against Kyle Bradish. Luis Arraez, who is the All-Star, and what do you know, he's 1-for-1 batting 1,000 with a walk, and Yuli Gurriel, who is 0-for-2. Now, once again, this is going to be a very interesting series, and the Birds open up with a really good Marlins team, and then they follow that with a series against the Dodgers, the Phillies, the Rays, and then the Yankees and Camden Yards. These teams are a combined 50 games over 500 right now at the time of this video. So this is not going to be a bunch of cupcakes that they're going out there. They're not facing the Royals and the A's. They're facing stiff competition, and the Birds are going to have their work cut out for them to stay jockeying for that first and second position in the American League East. Now, I think that the Birds are going to get it started off on the right foot. I think they'll get it started off on the right foot tonight in Game 1. They may struggle in Game 2, and I'm definitely thinking that right now, without Miami putting out their pitcher, I like Kyle Bradish. He's a gamer, and let's just say hypothetically it's a 1-1 series tie. I like Kyle Bradish in Game 3. I think he's going to give the Orioles an excellent shot at taking those 2 out of 3 to get this series and this second half of the season started off on the right foot. Man, was it me? Was that not a long stinking All-Star break? Did it not feel like just weird, not being able to watch the O's every stinking night? Man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go, and I hope you are too, and I can't wait to stink and talk about it later. So, let's go stinking Orioles, and like, share, subscribe, and by all means, comment down in the comment section. I'm super excited about this game. Let me know how you feel. Go Birds.